Hey, how's it going? I'm actually about to go to, I'll put some of this on. I'm about to go to, a book signing. Probably getting there a little bit later than one would like. But today's what it is. So, that's my foundation. I'm trying to look for my lipstick that I bought when I was in Japan. Here it is. Yellow. So yeah, there we go. I'm wearing my sunglasses. Be easier to look at. It's currently, oh my god, my ears were screaming just now. I have no sound in my car at the moment. But like this, what was it called? I don't know, but that's the, excuse me. There you go. I think it focused. So, how was, well, not the brand name, but like the number. But it is a staining lipstick. Even though, it's gonna look like this. If I take it off, it's gonna be like a red berry-ish color. So I'll probably, if it doesn't dry onto my face, if it doesn't dry onto my lips automatically, I like will blot it off. So you can have the full stain effect. It is, I'm seeing Mai Corland. Ow, frick, that hurt. I'm seeing Mai Corland. Sorry, you're getting a down angle. Can't risk you seeing what my place looks like. And there it is. And was it Corland? I don't know. I forgot her last name. I forgot her last name. And Rachel von Dyken, which is someone who I did read one of their like books when I was in high school. Ate it up at that time period. Ate it up, girl. So, and I decided to just go ahead and get her new book because I think it's like gods inspire gods and goddesses. I'll see if I can. Wow, it never does. So I have to like go in. I have to like go in and find the event. That was inconvenient. Watch it actually be canceled. I fucking cry. I'm hungry. Because I was thinking like, oh, if I have time, I'll just stop by half-price books. But it's like, I don't know. I decided against it because like, try to be better with my spending at this moment. Because your girl, needs to save money. Pip pip cheerio. Time to go. Just shut up. So, let's go see an author I thought I have read in the past, and hopefully in the future, and then an author, well, I mean mainly for this author, Maya, I own her first two books already. I did not get around to reading them, sadly. I do currently have the first book on Libby that I'm waiting for to get off my holds. But, and then so I ended up buying the third book and then buying Rachel von Dyken's newer one. And I thought about buying the other author's one, but I'm like, I'm trying to save money. I can't just go willy-nilly with buying things. Like, I already had the first two books for Maya, and I had this other series, like the first two books for Rachel von Dyken, and her new book sounds interesting to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy it because I know I like her previous work. So, and I'm gonna feel so bad though. I'm gonna feel so bad. I'm not sure though if Rachel von Dyken is signing. If It would be weird though if they had 2 authors there that weren't also having signings, because sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. They'll have another author there and they won't do a signing. And so I was just like, I'll just tentatively buy this and hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm gonna peace out now. About to go in. That's vibrating. There is a line, so I'm gonna go ahead. At first I was like, I'll just like chill and not get in line. I'll just wait, but I saw a line. I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm getting in line then. Okay. She's got it. Logan. So I ended up actually buying the books, even though I wasn't planning to, but my friend over here, don't worry, you're not in it. You don't have to be concerned, unless you do want to be in it. I don't care. Okay. Miss Girly over here kind of convinced me by like raving about this book, and I'm like, shit, I guess I'm buying it. So here we are. It is good? Oh God. Oh fuck. I should. Spicy? Well, heinous. Oh, Hades. I thought you said heinous. I'm like, oh.
A trial.
A trial. Okay.
Heartbreak.
Heartbreak.
Oh, yes. I mean, found family.
I love a good found family because of the gods. Anyway,
like
excited.
Wrong with a good mythology romance.
Very true, very true. Especially when it's Hades. I love me Hades and Persephone. I eat that up.
I love a Shadow Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Very true. And that's that's on tea.
All right, testing, yes. All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I am Mai Corland, debut author of Field to the Asphodel, and I'm so happy to be here tonight with Rachel, Abigail, and May to celebrate Verity Guild. Everyone give one more big round of applause for all of them. All right, so I know that all of you have written quite a few books. But since today we are all sort of like romantasy, inspired by ancient mythologies, authors, I would love to ask you all, why did you all decide to write books set in or inspired by ancient mythologies? And May, if you would like to start, since we are all here to celebrate with you tonight.
So, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
So I got into art history when I was in college for the money, as you do. But I fell in love with ancient Roman art. And when you are a writer and you just get to be insane for a living and you can pitch book ideas, I really wanted to set something that was inspired by the ancient Roman Republic, but not a one-for-one, like just drawing inspiration from and using it as a jumping off point.
I was inspired by Clash of the Titans.
The claymation?
The original one.
Yeah, Harry Hamlin, 1980s, like original Clash of the Titans.
Sexy for no reason.
And it was, yeah. So, but I find Greek mythology to be fascinating. The drama, the jealousy, the powers, the assholeness, and so yeah, it was kind of a natural fit for what I wanted to do, but with the trials.
Yeah, and we were talking last night, like, any book about gods is just really interesting. Like, you can have the same book about, like, Hades, we could have it, like, 20 different times with 20 different authors, and you're always going to grab it. So I'm the same way. So with Norse mythology, I was like, no one's really done a ton of Norse mythology. I'm Norwegian, let's go for it. We like Chris Hemsworth, we like Marvel, let's do a spin. Add some Mafia, why not? So I did some Mafia, it made sense at the time. So that's why I chose that, and I love anything with gods. I think it's really interesting, and you can, as a writer, you can play a lot with it, and you kind of can break your own rules and kind of do your own thing. So it ends up being really fun.
Yes. Well, I know that we all love stories about powerful, beautiful people, and who's more powerful and more beautiful than some gods? So that makes total sense. So deeply with so many people today.
I think it's because everything has a cost, like you were just talking about. Like there has to be like, but the sacrifice has to cost you something. And with the gods, like there's always like this arrogance that like the gods may be this crazy, wonderful, powerful thing, but they're always still so curious about humans, and they're always like jealous of humans, I feel like, in all the mythology. So there's always like that storyline of like, but what makes you so special? And it makes it really fun to play with that. And I think too, because we feel so weak as humans, we like to see ourselves almost become more powerful than gods, because we are willing to make that sacrifice or like love that person hard enough. And so I think that ends up always coming back time and time again in romantasy stories. And I think that's why romantasy itself is probably as popular as it is too. But I just want to say too, May does such a good job of this in the very beginning. I remember when she was just starting to write this, and I was like, "What is this?" And, like she's sacrificing things. Like, oh my gosh, like it's so different. It's such a fun twist on things that, yeah, you guys are gonna love it if you haven't read it already today.
Same. So for me, I think it's mythology started out as actual religions, right? So and religion is frequently humans just trying to explain the world around them, and particularly the things that could kill us, or we are afraid of, or we need to be able to understand the cycles of fertility, for instance, to plant things when we need to plant them and harvest them when we need to harvest them. And so that turns into these big and kind of untouchable gods. And I think that is what makes it fascinating for us. I think also the concept of immortality when we are mortal, what does that look like? I think that plays into the fascination, and similarly to fairy tales, it's all about, to me, the warnings of danger and how to survive the world, right? And so I think that's also, it's like a basic human response to, how do I get through this?
That's such a good answer. Yeah, I had that phase that I feel like you can go in a couple different directions. You can be like a horse girl, or you can be like a Greek mythology. I like horses too, but like I want to go because there is something so human about them. There is such a need to understand the world around you, and it's so interesting to look at the way in which it was understood before. So I think it still has that resonance now, even though they're like, oh, haha, that's not the way lightning forms, but it's like
yes, it is.
in your place. But like it's so universal of a way to try to understand the world around you. How about you?
I have a very similar answer to you all. I think that, all of these ancient cultures created these different religions or mythologies, but they all have gods who represent the same things and I think that just symbolizes we as humans all believe similar things, even if we come across it in different ways. And those connections are spanned not only by distance, like in these ancient cultures, but also by time. And it just connects all of us. I think that's really nice. Trope that you all haven't gotten a chance to write about much, but you really would love to write about in the future.
Well, 200 books in.
I know. She might have it covered, folks.
I'm only 50 books in, and I'm like, I think I've covered them all. And yeah, so for me, I don't think it's tropes so much as subgenres in the sci-fi fantasy space. I would love to do a space opera. And Star Wars is what started me in the sci-fi fantasy space in general. And yeah, I would love to go space cowboy it up. And so for me, it's the kind of the subgenre pieces more than the tropes. Yeah.
I'm a huge Ruby Dixon fan. I love her books, and that's like my palate cleanser for reading because I can't read in the same genre I'm writing in. So I just have to wait for these girls' books. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Now I can read theirs, which is great. So I would love to do, it's not fantasy, I'd love to do alien So I don't know if I could pull it, but now like looking at all hers, I'm like, I don't know if I could do this, but I think it'd be really fun. And I'm always down for a challenge, and I think it's fun to write multiple genres at the same time because it's nice to kind of clear your head and get into something else. So I think that would be really fun. I don't know if I could do it, but it'd be fun.
So I'm like about halfway into a new project.
Fun.
You say anything?
I don't understand. Like I was in my car, like, oh my gosh, you have to do this. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna stop recording, right?
Don't take this from us, guys. Don't take
Silence,
it.
moment of silence.
Because I didn't say anything.
No.
When did you ever? That's where I'm going with this. It's probably going to be like my most like romantic ever, and it is a standalone. And I'm trying to figure out how to get myself out of a very bad situation that I myself have created. I'll solve it. You know what? Little aside here. In 5 Broken Blades, I said one line of dialogue, and if I could take anything back in my writing career, it would be that one line of dialogue. I had something, and as a discovery writer, so I don't know what book 2 and book 3 look like, right? I said, isn't it obvious? I spent 7 months then trying to figure out how to get what was obvious. I will never do that again. Isn't it obvious if I don't have an answer for that? Anyhow.
Well, it sounds amazing. Thank you for sharing with us. I cannot wait to read. And then I also am curious, what are you all reading right now, or what inspires you all the most to write?
Caffeine and trauma. Which one of you is getting into this story? Let's go. No, I think there's something deep in you that's like a storyteller, and that's like so for me it started with journals, and then it started with like writing these smaller stories as like a way to like kind of try to cope with what's happened, like, and it's usually like a breakup. So I'm like, oh, I was meant to write romance from the beginning. It's that for me is like the hardest thing to understand. So that's the inspiration. I can't read anything while I'm drafting, unfortunately. I have a pile of books on my desk, and one of the best fringe benefits of being a writer is people being like, hey, can you read my book? And I'm like, I would love to. So I have the newest one by Anne Liang on my desk, the newest one by Danielle Jensen, Defy the Dusk, which I'm so excited to read. I have June Her's newest one, Behind the Willows. Behind 5 Willows. I have that one on my desk, and there's one more. Oh, I don't even know. But I'm very excited to read them.
And so inspiration-wise, I think you're right. I think we're all just natural storytellers. I see story everywhere I go. And so I'm just picking up, I'm like a little magpie. I pick up like all these little story nuggets, and then I have them floating around in my head, and then suddenly they start coming together where it's like, ooh, birds, and birds with curses. Okay, that'll happen somewhere, and then I'll pick up another nugget and be like, birds with curses and gods. Okay, we'll do that. And so to me, it's everything I see in the world is got potential to be inspiration for a story. Or for a part of a story, or for a piece of dialogue in the story. Like, I just pick up things from everywhere. And just like May, I can't read when I'm in the middle of writing because, again, magpie. I don't want to accidentally magpie somebody else's voice or anything like that. And so, or be like, oh, I was going to do something like that, and then change how I was going to go just because every writer does every single thing different. You give all 3 of us the same prompt, all 4 of us the same prompt, and we will all 4 of us come up with something completely different. Even though it came from the same source. So at the moment I'm I'm doing the audiobook for Dungeon Crawler Carl. Best thing I've ever listened to in my life. That narrator's amazing, and I can't listen to it on planes because I laugh out loud too much. Yes, that's the one I told you. And that's a fantastic palate cleanser because it's got that fantasy feel to it, but it's not my space, if that makes any sense. So I don't feel like it's going to infringe on what I'm working on.
My last read was Verity Guild, and like on this moment I was like, I gotta get this done, I gotta read it. Loved it. I'd already read like parts of it when she had first started it, so and I was so thankful that I was finishing my edits so I could read it, and then I jumped back into edits, so I wasn't reading anything. Right now on my nightstand I have a Minotaur monster romance. They were just talking about this, but I was like, I don't know if I can get on board with like the tail and the horns, and then we were talking about like this. I need help from some of you guys who are reading monster romance because I need help with like the snout.
The snout.
You know, like I need to understand.
It's slimy
Wait, is it slimy?
You don't think about the sound.
We don't.
Think about the tongue.
We think it's So if you can't hear us in the back, you think about the tongue, not the snot.
Yeah.
Okay, I will jump back into that and get back to you. My husband's gonna be like, what are you? So I also can't read in my same genre, so which is very sad. So I used to read 5 to 7 books a week. Like that was what I did when I worked with kids and I was a counselor. Like I would just read it, I'd make them read, and that's like part of my job was part of getting them to read and get out and stuff. So I love libraries, love reading. So that's like the only bummer of having this job. I want to say is honestly, I always say I'm a reader first, I'm an author second. So it makes it extremely difficult. You cannot trust me in bookstores because I just buy everything. And then I don't want to like make false promises to other authors if I can't get through their stuff. So, and I did, before Rarity, I did finish Eloisa James's latest because I love Eloisa James. Love Regency romance. And so, but a lot of times if I'm writing like fantasy or writing whatever in those genres, I will read the alien or the monster romance, or I'll read something totally opposite that I know can never seep into my brain. But it's also why I like now my strict rules, I can't read any mafia romance whatsoever because that always seems to be part of the theme. I do rom-coms and mafias where I do most of my books, and so yeah, that's kind of my rule. But yeah, I need to do that one that you were just saying next for audio.
Dungeon crawler.
Yes. So I'm gonna try to do that. Have my husband listen to that with me. So.
I personally have been really into heated rivalry recently. But that's what I'm on.
Yeah. What about inspiration?
Ooh, inspiration. I feel like a lot of art, actually. I follow like a lot of art accounts on Instagram and stuff, and sometimes I'm very like aesthetics first when it comes to ideas. So sometimes I'll see a painting or something and be like, oh, that kind of inspires me to do something with sort of those colors, and then I'll sort of go from there. So yeah.
Do you just want to give like a quick synopsis of what your series are about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So my debut, Fields of Asphodel, follows the daughter of Hades and Persephone, who, upon being forcibly engaged to the god of death, attempts to escape her mother's fate by kidnapping her husband B and refuses to release him until he breaks off their engagement. It hit shelves on August 1st of this year, and I might have more Greek stuff in the works if you all are into that. So,
the cover is stunning. By the way, it is so pretty. I walked by and was like, I'm gonna take that. So,
okay, I have just like one more question, and then I feel like we're gonna open it up for audience Q&A. So just have that in the back of your all's minds. And then just super fun question, I wanted to ask you all, what is your favorite snack to have while writing?
She is fantastic. Her worlds are so imaginative and feel so real. So she did a dystopian, like after big water, after flood, that's Trail of Lightning and Storm of Locusts. And then Black Sun is one of my favorite epic fantasies ever. Like it's just really, really unique. Different kinds of gods, different kinds of types of way of dividing like people into different clans, and it's fantastic. And honestly, I would argue that it's a romantic. Yeah.
What was that name again?
Rebecca Roanhorse.
I'm trying to think this because I bounce around so much, and I've got go-to authors, but a lot of my go-to authors are what I would call your more traditional paranormal romance authors that have been around since like the early 20s, the aughts and the teens. What's that what you call them? I don't know. When old people are old. So for me, it's like Christine Feehan and yeah, she's amazing. Leigh Bardugo is one, obviously. So Rebecca Zanetti is another one. I love Rebecca Zanetti. She's just so nice. Let's see who else. Suzanne Wright is another one who was an indie author. She was really inspirational for me, but she writes fantastic paranormal romance worlds. It's so yeah. I'm like those are my go-to comfort reads.
I recommend Ruby Dixon a lot, but Pam Godwin is a very talented author. Pam Godwin did The Sea of Ruin, which is probably one of my all-time favorite. If you want spicy, it's spicy, but it's just really good. It's just her writing is so incredible, and I never thought I would like pirate books or pirate romance, and that one just it's so well written. But all her books are really well written, so I always recommend her. Jeroboam. I always like default, if you've never read any paranormal vampires, always default to Jeroboam because she's a wonderful person, but also her books are just really, really good. And you can also read her stuff on Passion Flix, which is really exciting too.
Okay, I think we have time for just one or two more questions, and then it'll be a signing line. So, yeah.
When are we getting pollen drugs too? You and I might have the same advice on this one. I want to say.
Yeah, I probably have the same advice, and it's write multiple books at the same time.
Oh yeah, there's
There's that. So like write 2 different books at the same time, because whenever you're stuck in one, you just go whoop and you go back over this one over here. So like that's always my advice to people. They always think it's like so amazing you can do that. I'm like, no, it's actually really smart, because you just like put this over here and then you're not writing stuff that you don't really like. You just go over to the other book, and a lot of times I do different genres. So I'll be like, over here's mafia, over here is a rom-com, just or like women's fiction, something like totally different, totally opposite. And then my other advice for that is to continue. If you don't do that and you're like, nope, my brain doesn't work that way, then still write it and still put it down, because a lot of times the worst, most raw stuff that we put down is actually the best. And stop self-editing. Like, do not go back and edit yourself. That's the worst possible thing you can do, because you're gonna fix what's already perfect. Because it's always that chaos and that skeleton manuscript that's really, really good and really raw. The worst thing you can do is go back and make it perfect, because then it's gonna read like everything else. And so that's my other thing of advice.
Yeah, and I do love that going back and forth, because your brain subconsciously is working on story over here, especially if you're still working on story over here. And for me, the other piece of advice, there's actually 2 pieces. One is to give yourself a really, really achievable word count goal on a daily basis. And I'm talking really achievable, like 500 words. Something that's going to take you 5-10 minutes to write. Because even when you're sick of it and you're tired and you don't want to make yourself do it, you can do it for 5 minutes. And you'd be surprised at how fast that adds up to a story that you can then edit later to make a better story. But it kind of gets you out of your own way by making it not quite such a, oh, I need to sit down and write 10 pages right now. No, you can just, a paragraph, get it on page and you're going good. The other is to give yourself a lot of grace. And the way I do that is to continue, I still do it in a way that I'm absorbing story, and I watch K-dramas. Which is what I was going to say. Yeah, you do.
Explain though.
Yeah. So K-dramas for me, there's a whole piece to it. First of all, we're still absorbing story and really well told stories. So to me, that's still doing my job. I just have to remind myself that even though I'm actively not writing, my brain is still absorbing that. I'm working while I'm resting, if that makes any sense. And I'm resting doing something where it's a limited story that is finished in 16 episodes, so I'm guaranteed that happy ever after the 16 episodes. I don't have to go through 40 episode, 20 seasons, and everybody's dead by the end of the season and a completely different cast to get there. So I get a solid total story, but it's one that is positive. Well, I watch all the romances, so it's a positive story where I just feel like I've been refreshed from it. So that is, find your thing that you can do that, where you can still be in story but be refreshed by it.
So for me, it would be either try a different medium for your creativity. So if you like to draw, if you like to paint, if you like to make music, if you want to try doing like a screenplay, so same, you're writing, but it's a different discipline. That helps. Sometimes just refreshing your creative well. So K-dramas, like whatever you're into, really, and reading. Reading, well, like read 3 books, and if you don't feel like a spark from something, like read 3 more. Because there'll be something in there, because you're a reader first, right? Like that will spark your imagination and be like, oh, this is such a great take, or this is such a great voice, or a great moment that'll get you moving again.
Oh, and deadlines. For me, I'm more motivated by deadlines. Like if I don't have a deadline, even if I'm giving myself the deadline, I will just sit on something, and then I'll spin, if that makes any sense. And when you have to get out of your way, because you only have so much time to get it done, it almost helps you get out of your own head.
Because otherwise you're always going to like empty the dishwasher. There's always going to be something that you can do like in your house. So yeah, setting the deadline or having like a little carrot you look forward to. Like for me, if I'm not watching the K-drama or if it's coming out, I will be like, I can watch this once I get down 500 words, or I can do this once. Because then I get really bad anxiety if I don't get it done. So I think that's just, everyone wins in that scenario. So yeah.
Well, I think that is all the time we have for questions, and then we are going to do like a quick little photo, and I believe Abigail will do a little TikTok as well. Yes. But let's give her a round of applause.
All right, we're going to do a picture. Who has been to a novel neighbor event? Yeah, you guys know the drill. We are going to to have you all put those pretty little books sky high on the fully extended for me. And if that feels funny, I promise it's not funny at all because it gives the neighbor behind you a nice little window to put your little head in. And if you don't want your face in a picture, you can put your book in front of your face. Got it? Great. Thank you, Divas. Whenever we take a picture, it also helps when you go like, you'll do like 1, 2, 3, and you go like a nice little yay! Because that also looks like you're actually happy and not like we're making you be happy. And I think we also have a TikTok that we would like to film.
Thank you. Thank you. What do you need for your So she's gonna.
Hold on, we're calibrating, you guys.
Okay. So I'm going to need everybody in a second to stand up, and we'll count you down. And I would love if you can hold the book, and you can either jump, but if you're not a jumper, I'm a mom, I get it. You can just bob, and then it'll make sense when you have the music. Okay. If you know BTS's new album, it's I want the whole stadium to jump. We're gonna jump. Yeah. Are we jumping? We're gonna go down. We've been pushing her outside of her comfort zone. She's like, don't make me. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I will. I'm like, I need room.
Okay, so yes, I'll count you down. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and I'll point, and you guys can jump or bob. How long should we jump? I'll tell you to stop. Yes, I'll tell you can. Jump until she says stop. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Keep jumping. Okay, you're good. Thank you. And you guys want to get a picture?
I know I have a lot.
No, because these are connected to just
I know.
Hello. Good. You?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Wow, your name's so on theme tonight.
I know.
Oh my gosh, look at these.
Oh yeah. I read them in high school. Loved them so much. Oh.
And then these are gonna go back in until you get to Abby.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want a poster?
Yeah. Oh.
I love that you read these in high school. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, my friend ended up introducing me to them, and she's like, "You'll love these," and I'm like, "Okay."
They're so fun.
Yeah. And sadly, I haven't actually read anything yet from you, but like I love Asian-inspired fantasy novels so much that literally I just see a book and I'm like, I'll buy.
You're gonna love. And then do you want a picture tonight, dear?
Sure. I could just screen grab from this.
Okay, great.
Do I do it
Yes,
up
I'm
front?
gonna have you be right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good to see you too.
I'll take this. You head there. Move your back so it's not in the shot. Okay, everybody smile. Perfect screen grab.
Thank you.
There you go, dear.
Oh, thank you.
Your books are all here, and Abby's are with her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. So, you're Army?
Yes.
Oh my God. Who's your?
Who's my bias?
Yeah.
RM.
RM. Oh, okay. I see it. I see it.
I need the leader. Thank you very much.
Are you going to be seeing them in?
I don't have tickets.
Oh.
Hoping to get tickets to LA and see if I can get out there.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get El Paso, and like,
Oh.
I don't think I can get Arlington either. And I'm in Texas, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And now I'm like, okay, maybe I can make one of my book signing stops like somewhere.
Oh my God, you should. I'm going to the one in Chicago. And I already have my freebie planned on and everything. Yeah, sorry. Obviously my bias is Jimin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I see it. I do.
yeah, especially with this tour, like him and his long Jungkook. Oh, I would say Taeyang and Sugar are kind of like my, yeah, after them. Yeah, I'll just do a screen grab from this. Where do you want me to stand there? Okay. And if you don't listen to BTS, you should.
My sister loves BTS. I'm in it.
Look here, 1, 2, 3, perfect.
Thank you. Oh, all right, thanks. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shaking. I know it's on a gimbal, so you can't see me, but I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, hi. I kind of like that, not gonna lie, because there's 4 authors, and I'm like, there's so much happening, and then like, I didn't realize, I thought she took all the books out and was sending them down the line. So I thought they had already received my books and they were signing them, and so like that I didn't know there was books in there, and they're like, and so that girl was like, oh, do you want to get your books out? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I didn't know they were not out. Anyway, so look at that. It's just like, it's perfectly dry now. I mean, I'm sure there's probably like some residue coming off, but girl's dry. Got red ass lips. So yeah, oh my god. And now I have to do an 1.5 hour drive back to where I'm pet sitting. Man, that made me so anxious. I don't know if it's because like A, there's like 4 authors, or B, if it was the fact that, you know, it's been so long since I've done like a book signing in a while. Why is there a man just running? Oh, he dropped his shit. Anyway, so it's kind of crazy, honestly. I low-key did black out a little, and I'm like, there's just so many authors, and I want to give to each their own time, because like, and I feel bad for like the other girl. Obviously she can't sign anything because like her debut won't come out until August, and I'm like crap, I want her to feel included into the conversation, so I told her to I mean, as you heard me, I hope you heard me, I was like, oh, you should definitely give BTS a try. I was not expecting an army. Oh, this is untied. Oh my god, I can't believe they were the others' army. And of course, I had to brag it in a price though. I was like, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them. No, I do hope she's able to get tickets to see BTS, because it's going to be glorious. I cannot wait. Anyway, I've been talking on for 3 minutes. I need to start driving. So, I will say, ooh, guys, if you see this from the bookstore, I hope you don't. Because, okay, so the people I was with today, they got group 1. And then I went to, like, because like, they went to this one girl, but then the other girl was like, oh, you can come over here. So I walked over to her, and then she gave me group 2. And I was like, no. So I'm like, that's not happening. I'm going to be in group 1. So I ended up cheating. I mean, it's not my first time cheating. Not relationship-wise, because that's never happened. A relationship in general. Cheating as in, like, I cheated in high school. Any way to graduate. You know, work smarter, not harder, but, like, not book smart. I found a way. So, yeah. I'm like, since I can't be book smart, I will find a way, some other way to pass high school. So anyway, I gotta go. I need to drive. Thank you for watching this little cute vlog. You got to see briefly one of the people that, I mean, I've seen her only once, besides today, I'm pretty sure. And I didn't even know that she was, like, coming to this book signing today. I was like, she was walking back to her spot, because I think she just got her umbrella. And I was like, I know her. I'm like, I know that girl. And so, I said, hey, hi. So you did briefly see her in the vlog. If you're watching this, hi. Okay, now I definitely need to go. Long drive. And sadly, it's Cinco de Mayo. That's not the sad part. sad part is that I can't actually eat, like, you know, any Mexican food because everything's going to be shut down by the time I get down there. I think, yeah, it's 8:29. But the one place that won't be is Taco Bell. So I have Taco Bell for Cinco de Mayo. Listen, it's fucking good. Taco Bell's good. Don't even at me. Taco Bell's good. I don't have stomach issues with Taco Bell. Everyone's kind of crazy when they're like, I just get the shits. I don't get the shits with Taco Bell. And I read somewhere it's because, like, Taco Bell has, like, well, the theory is that Taco Bell has a lot of fiber. And then that's why people have the shits. It's because, like, they're not used to having that much fiber. And I'm like, so what I'm hearing is that you guys aren't consuming a lot of fiber, and you're probably going to get colon cancer. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm wasting gas. I keep saying that. I'm wasting gas by sitting here, idling. I'm like, my car's technically warmed up. Well, my engine. So I'm not ruining my engine. Anyway, sayonara.